Hello, everyone. Welcome. It's me, Amiko, or Flafalalafel, and we are on episode 32, Onward. Only a single mother crystal remains in Storm's Drake's tail. Storm Drake's tail. In the Crystalline Dominion, Clive and Jill set out to breach these borders of the Dominion and infiltrate the capital Twinside, now the besieged seat of the Holy Empire of Sambreke, or Sambrek. So, there are a few quests that we got to do. The side quests really should be main quests. They're pretty important.
Not really, no.
This won't take long. I just wanted to ask how you're getting on. And you might still be doubting your craft, even after learning the trick of that cuirass. Is there something else, Wayne? Perhaps sharing your thoughts might help.
That bastard's like a dog, but still, you've got a keen eye, I'll give him. He's just, well...
And that was?
A sword. An odd-looking thing with a single edge. The metal itself wasn't anything to write home about, but fuck me. The edge on it. You could slice a man clean in two with a weapon like that, and he'd be halfway home before...
So that's what's trouble.
No. Not troubling me exactly. More distracting. Can't stop.
And if you knew how to do it, we could arm the curse breakers with even better blade.
That's about the size of it.
I'll see what I can find. Sharper swords are always welcome, and we can't have our master blacksmith being distracted.
You're a soft touch, you know that. But I can't say I'm not grateful for it.
Thank you. Let's see what Karen knows about this sword. I got your note. You think something's wrong with talk?
So you can read. But I didn't say I were wrong with him. I said something weren't right. He used to love cracking the bones from Molly's boiled brown, but now he won't so much as look at it. Didn't like him. Which is why I'm of a mind that his mind's on something else. You've not been working him too hard, have you?
No harder than usual. Is that it, boy? Do you need a rest?
What was it he said he was? A frost wolf?
That's what the lawsman seems to think.
Then maybe this all has something to do with whatever it is that's woken inside him.
I suppose things have been different since Rosalith. Perhaps Hippocrates knows something.
Instead of everything, you mean?
You're looking well, Karen.
What do you want? Out with it.
I want to know about the sword you showed Blackthorn. Single-edged and extremely sharp.
Running around after him again, are you?
I suppose I am, yes. But I need to help him find out how to work an edge like that.
Little wonder, I suppose. There's not many like that make it as far as the twins, and those that do go straight into private collect, which made it nice and easy finding a buyer.
Can you tell me who bought it?
You think I tell people who my clients are? Suppose you're not likely to go nicking him off me. Fine. If you stop mooning it. Lord Ignac's the man you want. Dalmekian bloke. Collects weapons and the like. And he's got more money than sense, which is why he's one of my favourite clients. Reckon he'll still be at the inn in Dalamil, where I left him.
Thank you, Karen.
Oh. And he's...
I appreciate the...
What happened?
Lawsman, I need to ask you about Torgal.
He isn't ill, is he?
I don't think so. But according to Lady Karen, he seems to have lost his appetite. She says he's hardly been touching his bones of late, and she believes it may have something to do with what happened at Ros...
I rather think she might be right. Though all canids are instinctively inclined to crack open bones for the rich marrow, and I see no reason why a frost wolf should be any different. Accordingly, I suspect it is not a lack of... If we assume that his newfound magics require additional nourishment... It may well be that the Bones Lady Karen is accustomed. Frost wolves, after all, habitually prey upon far larger animals, whose bones may yield altogether different new. As to where one might find a suitable substitute, some antelopes that graze the meadows of eastern Rosaria have been...
I don't recall ever seeing it.
And little wonder. The oldest and largest such creatures rarely leave the safety of the highlands. The last elder antelope sighting I recall hearing about took place near Cressida. And that...
Even so.
Good hunting.
Okay. That's got to take care of Targul. Take care of Targul. Torgal. God.
Is that the thing Toes helped to build?
Mid told me she was building a ship.
Clive.
That's why I'm here.
Shh. Otto, maybe. A little. Listen. I've some bad news. It turns out the hideaway may be slightly behind in its payment to certain... And it's maybe my fault. Sadly, that square turned out... I can straighten it out, I swear, but I'm gonna need help keeping it from...
Be late for that.
There you are!
So let me get this straight. And instead of coming straight to... You get Clive to come to you. You know, the man in charge of the place you've been cheerfully trying to bankrupt. And you thought this was... Well...
Oh, just Martha. And the dame.
We owe 3 of our most trusted friends...
Oh, shit.
5 million.
Each. They lent us the bulk of the money we used to rebuild the hideaway, you see, and, well,
Those ledgers were my responsibility.
Do we have that much to hand? I can always ask...
No, we don't. And no, you won't. After the king's ransom we had off him, he deserves better than to see our begging bowl. Besides, we'll need to learn to stand on our own if we...
All right. But that doesn't mean you have to shoulder the burden yourself. Is there anything I can...
There might be. How'd you fancy taking these to Mark?
Rocks.
Rocks, he says. A little something Sid and I set aside, and I reckon 15 million in overdue debt probably qualifies.
I'm sure they will.
But you know how it is with this place. Orders to buy.
I know.
Go. Do you know why I only gave Master Clive?
Because you'd rather...
Because I'd rather Lady Karen killed you.
well,
Don't worry.
really.
No.
No, I don't.
I think Mid might need some help, Tony.
Well. Here, Sid. Reckon...
Let's hear it.
Well, it's about this Alembi. Lovely bit of kit, yes. Bunging a solution you want splitting, and it will separate. Problem is, it won't always get rid of all the impurities. And with some of this, which is why I've been looking for something to filter the liquid we'll be cooking off.
I imagine Ty could get some use out of this alembic too. Distilling medicines and the like.
Proper.
So what exactly do you need?
Nothing but Bomb Ashel gave me a sample she'd obtained from the university. You pour the blackest blight water through it, and it cuts. So, I did a bit of reading about what. And do you know what I found out? It's only the blimmin' bones of a bomb king. They leave them behind.
I take it that's where I...
I saw a billet on the hunt board for one. Just would have gone myself, but well, fighting dirty great balls of flame isn't exactly my.
All right.
Thank you, kind.
Okay. Stop sucking on your finger, Barrett. Stop sucking on your finger.
There's talk that the glass has finally spread to the world.
But that'd make half of all.
Did you hear?
The gates to heaven.
I want to see you.
What am I going to do without sweet water and oil of talc?
Milady,
Gifts? Oh my.
Otto asked me to give it to settle the hideaway's debt and to compensate.
I thought you might finally be warming. Tell Otto he can keep his baubles. I tried to tell him as much the first time around. The man owes me nothing. My contribution to the restoration effort was made freely and willingly. It was the least...
You once told me, Sid. I'd like to do the same. And for Otto's. For all of us.
Otto is lucky to have you. I doubt anything could ever replace his son. But you and the others at the hideaway are the closest thing he has to family.
Otto had a son.
Whoa.
Long ago. Yes. And blamed himself for not being able. I don't know how it happened. Whether there was anything he could have done.
I didn't know.
How could you have? Besides Sid, I've never met a man more keen to bear his sorrows, an ill habit. Given that both have always been surrounded by friends desperate to help them.
Damn.
Clive!
I wasn't expecting, but it seems we still owe you, and though I doubt it's what you were expecting.
A star, Ruby? It's worth at least twice what you owe me.
Think of the differences in...
Interest? If word got out I charged that much. Anyway, why are you the one here asking me about that? Bit much sending the Lord Marquis out to settle your debts, isn't it? The old goat working himself to...
Something like that. Most days I think he's the only reason the hideaway's still standing.
Same as all. Back when the place was nothing but a twinkle in the eye of a recently retired Lord Commander. Word is, he was the first probably knew that without his strong arm and level head, the idea wouldn't... Sid may have been the face of the hideaway, but Otto's always been... And when Sid passed away, we were all worried that would be the end of it.
His death was hard on everyone.
But he didn't give up, did he? Quite the opposite, in fact. If I recall, he was the one who... I reckon what he saw in Sid, and don't we all? Doesn't hurt that you're half as stubborn and twice as that, and you keep good
That's awesome.
Go will want to know the stuff. Those were delivered. If he's still with us.
Okay. This one.
People take notice of wealthy men. Shouldn't be too hard to track down Karen's collector.
And he's gone. The whole mother crystal gone. What are we going to do?
My reputation will be ruined.
Calm yourself, Lord Ignac, I beg of you.
Pardon the intrusion.
Out! I paid for these rooms so I wouldn't be
Please, Allah, his lordship is going through a difficult time, and he's never been fond of guests arriving.
Radim! Get...
Very good. Would you mind stepping out, sir?
I'm sorry if I've caused...
That? No. That's just how his lordship is. He has been dispossessed of his luggage, you see. The thieves also...
I don't suppose a certain blade was among a single-edged sword.
Ah.
Then I'll retrieve Lord Ignac's luggage.
You have but to state it. You are welcome to...
I want an audience with Lord Ignac. A few minutes should be enough.
A condition I would be a fool to refuse.
I don't suppose you saw the thief...
I did not, no. Though every ill-gotten coin in Dalamal is said to pass through that
And that's where I'm heading.
I shall speak to Lord Ignac in your absence.
That will be very kind.
Farewell.
Ooh. Let's go here. I just went up here for a hunt. Damn it. We got a ways to go. Bring it back.
Got company. Come on, lads, let's tear the bastard's head off.
This must be Ignac. Nothing seems to... All right.
I hear I have you. What shall I call you?
Wyvern.
A formidable... Well, Wyvern? Radim here tells me you wished...
A few moments of your time.
You're a peculiar...
Master Wyvern was wondering if you could tell him about a certain single...
Oh, true. Karen drove me hard on the price, but I would have sold her Radim here to get my hands on. It was made in the Outer Isle and is used exclusively by the practitioner. They believe no combat should ever exceed a single strike. Each sword is made for that one perfect stroke, and for that stroke there's a brutal sort of beauty.
But how do they house it?
Why, they use a whetstones, rather. A whole array of them, ranging from the coarse to the fine. 10,000 licks with the sharpening stone, but it is the final stone which lends a mineral quite fine. And that is the key. Wyvern, it occurs to me that my little lecture is hardly equal to services. Take this, the very stone of which I spoke. Far rarer among collectors than even, and a far more.
Thank you.
Pardon the intrusion, my lordship.
I am locked in bitter competition whether I am one step ahead of the unscrupulous scoundrel.
And there are many other...
Too many to count, but only one, and is a perennial thought. Farewell, Wyvern, may our... Redeem!
I think his lordship is rather taken with you, master.
Me
Come
too.
in, my lordship.
Cool. Alright, one last location.
Trust Uncle Byron to fight now. Let's see what Blackthorn...
Two more, I guess. Yeah, I need to go buy some more potions. In case I run into the Breaker of Worlds.
Anything catch your eye? Much obliged.
Okay. We're gonna go straight on through, like, yep, like this. Straight on through. Straight on through. Straight on through. Straight on through. No, I don't want to fight y'all. Hang a right. No, I guess we can fight a Minotaur. Level 19. Close.
Well, it's certainly quiet. If I were a giant antelope, it would seem like just the place. I doubt we'll find one bigger than that. You hungry, Torgal?
Go eat him, Torgy. Oh, damn. Oh no.
This one. Over here.
Okay.
Now. Will it be enough, I wonder? I say that answers my question. Which means we owe the lawsmen our thanks. You're just a big puppy, aren't you? A very big puppy. You do know you can take that with you, Torgal. Lady Karen will be relieved to hear you've got your appetite back. Come on, boy.
Okay, and last place is over. Meow. Okay.
This used to be a trade route for merchants crossing the Scars, till the Republic laid a new road wide enough to let wagons pass, and all official traffic moved there.
Leaving this one for those living outside the law.
Indeed. I doubt we'll be the only outlaws on the trail today.
Got some flowers. Some cactus flowers.
So what do you think?
That we'd be...
Really?
Oh, aye.
I take it there's
What about this fit?
Oh, no doubt. Well met, friend. My brother and I have been tasked with finding a merchant's missing cart.
How does a merchant...
Oh, the man's a coward. When he thought goblins might come a-snarling, he ran.
He sent the two of us to fetch it, but it's gone.
My brother's right on all accounts.
We may have seen our share of action, true, but we've not got the skill in arms to boldly break.
You, however, have the look of a man who needn't fear. Chances are they'll come for you either way. But if you promise to lend...
Well, if I'm going to have to deal with...
You've clearly got a fine head on.
We're lucky you can... Now, hoping to make a heavy purse in Bocklad, our merchant friend loaded his cart with... Reckon he won't be falling over the rest of our fee if we don't...
All right. Just don't expect me to...
No. You just put an end to those bandits and point us in the right direction.
Okay.
I'm not sure I trust those two. But if there are bandits lying in wait, I should probably take care of them.
Look lively, you lot. We've got guests.
These must be our bandits.
This one.
Whatever, I press dodge. Look.
That's them dealt with. Now, where's that cart? Getting all of this out of him.
Seems we've found ourselves...
Found the cart and didn't leave a single bastard.
And how exactly will he be getting his...
You leave that to us. After all,
You've done your part. It's been a pleasure.
There's no need to be so. What if we want his help?
Okay. Okay.
I see the Dalmek's lag behind Dangerous area when it comes to bridge building.
The fallen ruin should hold, at least. The path continues on the other side.
Wow.
So this is Zemeckis.
The land of the gods. It's even more impressive than I imagined. I remember being captivated by the story as a child.
Long, long ago, man was overcome by avarice and challenged the gods in a bid to win their power. The final battle took place here, at these falls. Or so the legend goes. If anyone ever manages to plumb those depths, perhaps we'll learn if there's any truth to the tale.
That the gods emerged victorious and punished man for his defiance by visiting upon him 2 curses.
Dominants and bearers. To tell the truth, I always thought it strange that the dominant and their icons were deemed a curse. Back home, the dominant inherited the throne. They were admired and exalted, not spurned. Whenever I got to that part of the story, I always assumed there must be something I'd misunderstood.
You had a lot of storybooks, didn't you? In your room, I mean. When we were young.
The old legends were always my favorites. Epic battles between gods and men. Father encouraged me to read as much as I could.
I'll be right back. I gotta use the restroom. Come back now.
Was it good for my education?
You really were a boy like any other, weren't you?
Kiss him. Just kiss.
Just look at this place. It's enough to make you believe the legends are true.
I know.
We're not far from Boklad.
Turn it down.
The road will be busier up ahead.
And we'll have to keep our wits about us. Clive? Something wrong?
Nothing. It's nothing.
Meanwhile.
I see the reports are true, Father. You have surrendered the throne to Olivier.
I have. Emperor Olivier shall rebuild the Holy Empire of Sanbreque.
How is
like
he
an
to
evil
rule
little
an
shit.
empire? He is but a boy.
I shall advise him until he comes of age.
Father, please.
Or for as long as I am able. The empire we seek to build needs young blood to rule it, and I can think of none better suited to the task. There is other news, Dion. Hugo Kupka is dead, and Drake's Fang destroyed. The pillars of the Republic have fallen. Ere long, the Imperial banner shall fly over every city in Storm. And then, Valisthea. All shall bow before their Emperor.
Father, these are the words of a tyrant.
They are the words of a god. The Emperor whom I gladly serve. Great Grieger, made flesh. Return to your camp, Dion, and ready your forces. It is time to show the world the true power of Sanbreque.
Father. I find you much changed. Is this truly the path you wish to tread? Or are these the ambitions of another? Of Ultima, perhaps?
What nonsense is this? I speak my mind, and my mind only. Though I do owe Annabella thanks for reminding me of certain truths regarding the nature of nations, of rulers, and of the divine.
You would trust the words of this traitress? She betrayed her country. She slew her husband.
You have ever been an invaluable servant to Sanbreque, Prince Dion. I trust you will continue to serve your Emperor in the wars to come.
The canker! Silence! Insolent wretch! You will bend the knee. All else is heresy. Sire, forgive me. This audience is over. Come, your Radiance. The Rowena Syndicate awaits your pleasure.
Oh, not another meeting with silly old men. They're so boring. I'm hungry, Father. Can't we have luncheon instead?
Does it pain you that you will not inherit your father's throne?
I have suffered worse.
Count your blessings, Dion. For a base-born child to be chosen by Bahamut is miracle enough. You have risen high on his wings, but you shall rise no higher, lest your impure blood stain the throne.
What do you know of my blood?
God, she's an evil wench.
The Boklab markets are to the north. We just need to hug the coast.
Infiltrating the Dominion won't be easy with the Imperials on high alert.
No. His Radiance has lost one capital already. We can be sure Sylvester will do everything in his power to hold on to Twinside. His troops are well-trained and increasingly battle-hardened. It's not as if we can wait for the siege to end. More refugees.
And they're all making for the Crystalline Dominion.
Because they don't know how to live without the Crystal's blessing.
There are no crystals here.
This is where we're supposed to meet Goots, isn't it?
That's right. He said he'd wait for us here after replenishing his supplies. I dare say he'll have finished by now.
Let me... For your goods. I'm cheap.
And nasty.
Well met. Many thanks. Farewell. Out of my sight, wretch.
Peaches and pears.
Wonders from across the water. Come one, come all. Feast your eyes. Good sir, can I interest you in...
How much? For a measly crust of bread?
You won't find any cheaper. Not nowadays. But you're more than welcome to look.
The Empire's unlawful and illegitimate occupation of the Crystalline Dominion is still in effect. Only those whose business in Twinside has been officially approved by the Republican Army will be permitted to cross the border. All who seek entry are to form a line and ready their documents for inspection.
Looks like we aren't the only ones who are eager to leave.
And they're checking everyone.
Can't you make an
Not for the likes of you.
We won't get through without that pass. Let's go in and find Good, shall we? He must be around here somewhere.
Alright, let's go ahead and turn in the quests. These other ones.
Is that the thing Tomes helped to build?
Mid told me she was building a ship.
Good. So Lady Karen
But she was just too stubborn to touch. She threw it right back in my face, in fact, and told me I could...
Karen refused pay?
I hope it wasn't Saya.
I'm sure you were as tactful as ever.
The bomb king is the Croc Sembrek. Bomb king, the Croc Sembreke. Alright. Let's go turn these other ones in.
I don't know where Sid gets the energy.
Lady Carrot Goat tells me, would you prefer the debt?
What debt? I don't recall lending any of you lot. I may have tossed a talent or two in it, but those were donations. And you can hardly call it charity if you go...
Of course not. But one good... Surely you wouldn't shun the gratitude of a pauper who...
Oh, so you're fine. But I'm selling it and taking what I'm owed, then you're getting the rest whether you like it.
God, I love Karen.
Where'd you even get this? A decent trader might nab 1,000 talents for a start. A canny one, meanwhile, might claim it were nicked from the belt of Sid the Outlaw himself, and might be I already have a back. Might be you even know her. A fine continental maid who's... You wouldn't mind, would you?
Not at all.
I hear you ended up thanks to this lump. I sometimes wonder...
Speaking of which,
Oh! So you remember what's owed to you?
I've seen that before.
Yeah. It was the only goblet Sid ever used. Either out of habit...
I knew so little about...
Like most people.
Martha and the Dame both seem to have fond memories of... How long did you know Sid?
Before he died. Back in the day, I was a purser on a trade ship. He bought passage to... Oh, forget what. We set up drinking island rum till the morning bell dragged me back to quit my post not long after that. And I kept... Me and Sid stayed close. There was... The magic woke inside my son, and there was no hiding his...
Couldn't you and your family hope?
My family were the ones who wanted the monster. I couldn't turn my back on him, and I couldn't for the life of me understand how they could. Luckily, it was him who stood beside me when... Him who cried for me. Him who swore he'd do everything. And he was true to his word, too. Left the Royal Army, threw away everything he had, I knew then I'd follow.
It's a memory.
He was always too clever for his own good, was Sid. Saw the world for what it really was, while the rest of us were content to go along with the lie we were shown. And it can't have been easy, bearing that burden alone. But he didn't let it stop him. He never lost faith in what he believed was right. And that gave us faith in him. Faith he'd steer us true. So I swore to myself that I'd always be right behind him, ready to catch the stubborn sod, if ever he should fall. But I couldn't even do that. Ignore me. Just the ramblings of a tired old man. Leave that lot. I'll tidy it up in a bit.
This is Sid's handwriting. Dear Otto.
I may be drunk, but I wanted you to know this place would be fucked without you. Love you, you grumpy old sod.
This note.
What about it?
Sid was right. Without you, we'd all be lost.
He should have bloody well said so then. Just once. Before he went. But then, why would he? Him, or anyone? I'd only have told him to piss off. You're wrong, though. Both of you. It was never just me keeping the hideaway afloat. It was all of us. I just shoved people in the right direction. I barely seem to be able to do that anymore.
Would you rather go at the helm?
Well, maybe I've got a few more years left in me.
I'm going to hold you to that, Otto.
Before you go, Sid would have wanted you to have this.
But that's...
This'll do me just fine. Thanks for the ray of sunshine. I'll see if I can't pay you back.
What do you have?
Mid told me she was building a ship. I don't know where Sid gets the energy.
I noticed you and talk. So, Molly's leftovers weren't good enough, eh? That'll teach me for treating you like you're still a pup. All right. No, now I know what you're after. I can see about getting some in.
Speaking of which, I brought one for later.
You can, aye. In return, you...
I was just on my way to... Sorry for the... But hopefully you'll agree...
You learned something about...
I did better than that. Yes.
No wonder I couldn't get one hit. It might not be so bad if all you ever... Good luck on the battlefield.
Even so.
I think so, yeah. With this whetstone and the right kind of steel, I could probably even... But there'd be no replacing this little rock once I worn it down to a sliver. I reckon we get a dozen swords from it, if that. Swords that the curse breakers wouldn't know how to wield properly, and that would see them through a single fire piece. But finishing our blades with a whetstone, and what's finer than fallen mace? Just imagine it. Good Valesthian I won't make a copy.
I'm sure the curse breakers will just...
Don't you worry about... I've been working day and night since I was half your age. Hey, I owe you one.
You'll be happy to hear.
And I'll see that my debt to you. You come and find me when you've got them.
Right.
Alright, I'm gonna have to turn this into a two-parter. I need to go to the bathroom and such. Yay! Alright, yeah, I'm gonna have to turn this into a two-parter. So, if you found this at all helpful... Ooh, Excalibur. Okay. Alright, I gotta go do dishes, and then we gotta complete these, and then the next one will probably be like 5 minutes, knowing my luck. But yeah, if you found this at all helpful or entertaining, please like, follow, comment, share, subscribe to support the channel, and I will see y'all next time. Bye!